It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. After traveling the country throughout the summer of 2020, I finally had made it back to Colorado to enjoy the fall foliage before the riding season was over. And there was no better way to do it than to spend a night camping deep in the Rockies. My first stop was the historic town of Marble, home to some of the world's purest marble quarries and also slow grooving barbecue. This is the kind of restaurant you make a day trip to visit, just because the ride to get there is great, no matter how you do it. And even though it's buried deep in the mountains, you'll likely be waiting for a table on any day in the summer. And yes, brisket fries and a cold beer were definitely worth the 200-mile day ride. You'll probably see us back here in the future, because I do make the trek a few times a year. Their brisket and atomic buffalo turds, as they call them, are a few of my favorite items on the menu. Back at camp, it was time to kick the boots off and enjoy the golden hour, and I had a pretty good seat to enjoy the view. My campsite was right on top of a cliff, overlooking McClure Pass. After a chilly and restless night from attempting to sleep at nearly 9,000 feet in elevation, it was time to watch the sunrise over the West Elk Mountains. I really wish I had creamer. Today we are gonna go ride Kepler Pass. That is definitely my favorite place to see the aspens. It's the world's largest aspen grove from my knowledge, and it is prime peeping season, and I think we're gonna have a pretty good show of some yellow leaves. So let me finish drinking my coffee and eating my oatmeal and we'll go ride. Many biologists believe that the biggest of all Earth's living organisms is an aspen grove. The white-barked aspen reproduce through their roots, known as suckers, which send up new shoots that eventually grow up to become trees. In other words, their root systems are completely interconnected. Entire hillsides can be covered by a single aspen organism. This means all of its leaves appear at the same time in the spring, and they also simultaneously turn gold in the fall, creating incredible fall foliage displays. For 2 to 3 weeks out of every year, Colorado comes to life with vibrant color as the aspens prepare for winter. And McClure Pass is one of my favorite places to enjoy the show. Finally, after a relaxing start to the morning enjoying the aspens, it was time to get on the road. There's no better place to see the fall foliage than a ride over Kepler Pass. However, the ride over the pass started out a little muddier than usual. For those wondering, the pass is normally packed dirt, not whatever this is. This was definitely completely unexpected. I didn't know if I was going to slip and slide across that mud or not, but we made it. And now we're at the start of Kepler Pass. It's only going to get prettier from here. Rising over 10,000 feet in elevation at the summit, Kebler Pass is one of many seasonal roadways in Colorado, meaning they're closed in the winter due to snowpack. And luckily, the best time to see it is right at the end of the riding season when the aspens begin to change color. Riding through the aspens feels like you've taken a trip to a golden fern gully. With 30 plus miles of unpaved roadway, Kebler Pass is said to be home to one of the world's largest aspen groves, competing with Pando Grove in Utah. And if science is correct, that means I'm riding through one of the largest living organisms on the planet. And that is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. After a few hours, I had found the pavement again and made my way to the small ski town of Crested Butte for lunch. This part of my trip was completely unplanned, but I managed to find a pretty cool Mexican restaurant called Bones for lunch. Built into the historic building of the original powerhouse for the town of Crested Butte, Bones has a rustic vibe all of its own. I can't imagine what it would be like to try and heat this building in the winters. It's definitely old and made of wood, like a lot of it. Alright, got me a couple tacos over here at Bones Grill. It's some kind of like Mexican food spot. It's actually really good. I'm kind of a Mexican food snob being from Texas, and I enjoyed it. It's a little pricey, but really can't complain after sleeping in the dirt for a night. So definitely gonna come back here. I always tell myself I'm gonna come back to Crested Butte, and then I never do. But yeah, so. And shortly thereafter, I got back on the road to start my ride home. Luckily, I had enough daylight left to enjoy Cottonwood Pass on the way back to the Front Range. As always, thanks so much for watching another one of these videos. If you'd like to get any extra information to some of Colorado's best riding, check out the blogs on ridetofood.com. Thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the road.